This is Lanberis Quarry. We came here on a school trip on the 16th of April 2013. This is Lanberis Quarry Hospital. It is well around and it is not used at all, but you can go and look inside.
Okay. Then if you go around to here, there's the 90s. These are the 90s, 20s and the 90s, and the 90s, see they're wearing scruffy clothes and that tin slates. And they will get loads of dust and traps up in their eyes because of the slates. And most people got injuries by doing this.
This is why we're in the hospital.
And now we're in the hospital, and this is where they get sent to if they got hurt.
Thank you ever so much, Kath, for showing the children around the Slate Quarry Museum today. One of the things I'd ask you is, on this wall here, it tells you all about the health of the quarrymen. Now, I know very well that at times some of the quarrymen suffer from a disease called silicosis. Could you tell the children all about silicosis and also how one doctor thought that silicosis was good?
That's right. Well, interesting, silicosis is a disease that you get in your lungs, and it comes from the dust from the slate. And of course, when they used to cut the slate and they used to use big saws, there was no health and safety like they use today, so there's no fans to extract the dust or anything like that. And the health of the quarrymen probably was at the bottom of the list, really, of the quarry owners of importance. What was important was to get as much slate as possible and sell it around the world. And their logo they had, like iPad have a great logo, don't they? But the logo for here was that they actually roofed the world, which was a fantastic thing to say, wasn't it? It was all these millions of slate, but these guys were suffering with this dust. But there was a doctor here, and there's a letter here which is dated in 1922, and it says here that slate dust is not merely harmless but beneficial. And they actually used to say to them, look, it's good for you to actually breathe this dust in, because you're living in these damp conditions in your little house somewhere, you've got damp down the walls and you haven't got heating or anything else. And of course you've got, you know, your lungs aren't the best, and this dust that you're inhaling actually makes you cough this stuff up and makes you actually feel better. So they actually used to tell the boys who were working here that it actually was good fun. But of course we've now learned since then that it was one of the worst things possible. And some of the workers who came from villages like Ymweliad, my great-great-grandfather worked in these quarries here, and they'd walk all the way, you know, they'd walk 6 or 7 miles to work, and they would walk up what's called the zigzag path, which runs up the top of the hill. And as you walk up the top of the hill and you're in the shelter, there's actually seats built into the path so that these lads could actually sit and rest because their lungs weren't working so well. But they still had to go up there in all weathers, rain, snow, sleet, everything to work for the quarry owner. So that's something that you know, it's a big long word, silicosis, but it's well worth looking it up. And then there you go. Thank you.
Hello, here I am with Ken, Nathan, and we are in front of the hospital, and Ken is the manager of it. I am going to ask him a few questions. How many people died here?
Oh, I don't think a lot of people died because it was such a good hospital and so fantastic in the way, you know. A lot of people died in the quarry because of accidents, but not so many died actually here, I don't think, because, you know, they had all the x-rays and the anaesthetics and the good doctors, and, you know, not many I hope.
Were they buried in the town, or is there a special graveyard?
No, they weren't buried here because one of the reasons is that a lot of the quarrymen, and we're talking about 3,000 quarrymen work here, a lot of them were based in places like Anglesey, Wrexham, South Wales, where the lot came up from the coal mining to work in the... So they weren't local people. And look, if you look very seriously in Lanberis, there's no graveyard in Lanberis. The local village of the old Lanberis is actually up the valley towards Lanberis Pass, and there is a graveyard there. But mostly if they died, they were probably taken away and buried where they came from. You're welcome.
One of the pictures in the hospital, there was a picture, there's someone hanging from a rope there. He would be right up there, and if you look down here, there's something that looks a bit like a zip wire. It is called a blongin. And all this water would have been drained out, so that would come right down to the bottom of it and dump all of the slates.
After the hospital, we went to the slate museum. Here they used to split and cut slate, keep the endings, repair, and the quarrymen had their dinner here.
Boys the age of 12 had to cut slate, which is very hard.
Okay. Now, if you can't see in the back, you can stand up. Okay, on the back row, yeah? Back row. Okay. Stand up on the back row. Now, before you sit back down, you put the seat down first, okay? Otherwise, you're going to end up on the floor. Right? So be warm. I see that happening all the time. Right, so one time. Now then, we haven't got good ones to show you, unfortunately, because slates can be in all forms, some are good and some are not so good. The one I've got today, well, it's not so good. Okay? And the reason being, if I show you the top end, that's quite thin. But if we turn them over to the other side, it's very thin on the other side, isn't it? Yeah? So that means that this tap, it's like wedges. Okay? So it's not easy to work with. But I'm going to try it anyway. put that one there. Now this one I tried earlier on. You can see the difference in this one again. It's quite thick down there, but on the other side it's not so thick. Okay? Now and also it has a very bad twist in it. I'll show you like that. Can you see the twist in it? See the curve? And bring it down like that. Yeah? Now then, that makes it difficult to split as well. So, this is what I'm going to try and show you. And the best way to do with this one is to mark along the top, like this. Gently, not too hard. And now, I'm going to mark down the side as well. And hopefully, it will go all the way through. It doesn't always work, but I am hoping it will work for me. Okay, that's one side. Do the same on the other side. Right, now then back to the top. After chiseling, slowly and carefully, just try and get the tool back. Like this. There you are. Okay? You think that was easy? It wasn't easy, was it? No. Now I'm going to put these on top of here. And I'll get this one back. Now this one bit actually splits a lot better than the other one there. And there's a slight difference in the colour as well. Okay? And like you can see the slight difference in the colour. There's a slight difference in it. Yeah? Now then, what I'm going to do is, how old are you? 10 and 11 are you? Oh, okay, ready? That's fine. Now, I'm going to choose one of you to split this up. Okay? I'll tell you what, I'll let your teachers choose it.
I'm not. I do not want it.
Okay, Morgan? Yeah? You want to sit on there? Now tell me now what you're sitting on, Morgan. A wooden chair, that's what you are. But you know what it did not be called a wooden chair in the old days? No. That's it. No, what's a chair? Anybody else want to have a go? What would they call this in the old days? Yeah? Anybody? Yeah? Come on, tell me. Tell me. What would you call this in the old days? You think
I think it was wasn't it squares?
I'll say it in Welsh first, okay? Blocking tea. Alright? I'll say it in English now. Block. Block. That's what they used to call these. Because in the old days, do you know what they had? They didn't have a chair like this. They had a piece cut out from a tree. Yeah, just a block. And that's what it was. From a block. Blocking tea. Yeah? Right. Alright. Okay. How old are you? Are you 11? Are you? Wow. You really got you will be practically old enough to start working in the life. You always work in the life. Right, so this is how they all started off, okay? So we'll put that there. Now let go of left hand, put this in the left hand. That's right. That one in the right hand. Right, what do I need to tell you? Do you think I should help him?
Yes.
Put your hands up so you don't say no. Come on, let's have a look. You haven't got many friends, have you, Morgan? Have you? Well, who says yes then? You've got one or two, yeah. Okay, Morgan. Well, what you want, I am going to help you. Okay? Yes. Okay, Morgan? Right. You are 11? So this is what we're going to do, okay? I'm going to hold the box of it, just like that. Without telling you to hit there, don't miss. If you miss, it really hurts, okay?
I could not do that. I could not do that anyway.
That's also good, isn't it? A little bit to one side. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to take it out there for you. I'm going to take it out for you. Now, this hand needs to go on the front there. Okay? What I want you to do, I want you to press in there like that. I want you to hold it under your hand. Now slowly, I want you to hold the line by pressing it. Okay? Well, he's nearly there. He's nearly there. Go on, give him a clap. Go on. Are you sweating there? Are you sweating there? No, what's this then? Was he sweating there? Is that Robin? Is that your hand? Oh, yes, it is. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at it. Yes, it is. Anyway, do you think you did well?
The station master had a much posher house than the quarrymen, only because he had an important job looking over the workplace. Is the massive water wheel, which is electric now. As you can see, guys, we're going all the way to the back and all the way there, and the water comes off it. Aye. And there's a machine.